Hey everybody, Preppers One here once again. Uh, I'm trying to bang out videos today because the weather's miserable. I just had to go outside. I had to do a couple things out there. Chores don't stop just because the weather's not nice. So I go out, do something for a little while, and then I come back in, and man, I tell you, it's just miserable out there today. I will tell you that right now. This video you're going to see right now is going to be going up Thursday at 3 o'clock. So what we're going to talk about, some assumptions that are going to get you killed when S.H.T.F happens. So this is something you really probably should be paying attention to. And I'm going to save what I consider the most important one to last. And so we're going to talk about what really can get you killed after a true S.H.T.F event if you don't pay attention to what I'm saying here right now. Number one is being too friendly with other survivors. What do I mean by that? Well, we all want to be a good guy. We all want to help our fellow man and our neighbors out. And S.H.T.F has happened. You have been prepping, so you have extra supplies, so you're feeling generous and you want to help out your neighbor. And so you decide, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and, they come to you and they're like, man, things are tough. We don't have enough food. Can you help us out? And you make the decision, you make the call. I'm going to give them some food. Well, what ends up happening if you do that, they're going to come back to you again and again and again because they know you have food. You've been generous in the past, and they're going to just assume that you're going to go ahead and keep doing so. Well, if you decide at some point, I can't do this anymore, what will happen in a lot of cases, they will turn violent, they will become demanding, they will be insistent that you help them. And because, they know you have food and they don't. And so those are things you really got to be careful with, who you're helping, because it could turn deadly. If you decide, yes, I'm helping these people no matter what, that's a whole nother thing. But if you think it's going to be a one and done type of thing, don't kid yourself, because it won't be. Okay. Next thing, and I've talked about this before many times, things that can get you killed in a true S.H.T.F situation. Lone wolfing it. Right? I'm going to be the lone wolf. It's just me and my family, and screw everybody else. And the problem with being a lone wolf is you can't get everything done that you need to get done. You cannot stay up for 24 hours a day. Security, preparations, and heaven forbid you get hurt, you get injured, something happens, then you are not only screwed, but your family is screwed as well, because especially if they're relying on you to be the one to take care of everything. So really think it's important with having a group, and that's why I always advocate about having a group. I think it's really important, and that's just my take on it. Okay, so that lone wolf in it is not going to last long in a true S.H.T.F situation. If you think that it is, good luck. That's what I'm going to say. You better make sure you're healthy, that you don't have any injuries, that nothing goes wrong. But in reality, that's not life. Okay. The next thing, ignoring small injuries. A lot of people, right now, if you get a scrape or whatever, it's no big deal. You don't think about it. You don't care. You can take care of it. Those type of things. In a true S.H.T.F event, a small injury, a scrape, a puncture that happens, and if you don't stay on top of it right away, that can become infected. If you do not have antibiotics to treat said infection, you can die. So if you have a small injury, where you've cut yourself or a scrape or something to that effect, make sure you're taking care of it. Make sure you're dressing it, cleaning it, dressing the wound, taking care of those things, because if you don't, it could be deadly. Okay, so that's really important. The next one, this is one of my favorite ones. Believing that the government is coming to save the day. Don't worry, everything's going to be fine. The government's going to be here to save the day. The government's going to have its hands full just dealing with other things to worry about you little Joe Blow out in your house somewhere. They may have some safe centers that they let, an emergency broadcast system, and let people know that if you come here, we can help you, we can protect you, blah, blah, blah. But you have to realize that the government is not going to be there to save everybody. That's the reality of it. And so you have to be relying on yourselves. So believing that the government is coming anytime to save me, that could be a death sentence for you if you're not careful. All right. Let's see. Okay, so here's an interesting one. Believing bugging out of wherever you're at to a safe location is going to be the answer. Unless you have a designated bug out area that you're bugging out to. Okay, bugging out would honestly not be the first thing that you should be doing if you have planned ahead and if you're ready. Bugging out should be something that be a last resort that you had to do, unless, again, you have a bug out location that you're going to. If you have to bug out, where are you going? Okay, well, and here's the thing that I want you to think of too. For all the people that plan on, well, I'm bugging in. What if there's a mandatory evacuation where you're at? Are you going to ignore that mandatory evacuation? Or are you going to just stay where you're at? Or are you going to bug out? And if you have to bug out, you're not going to be able to take all your supplies with you. So that's the downside of that. Like if you have to bug out, number one, where are you going? What are you going to do? And when you get to a safer location, are you truly prepared to be able to deal with what you need to do to survive in that type of an environment or situation? So that's really, really important. Here's one that I find is interesting. Underestimating what keeps communities together. So I know a lot of people think, well, my small town circle the fences and everything will be fine. Everybody knows everybody, blah, blah, blah. But here's the key. If you want to keep a community together, you need to have shared values, right? So if you have a bug out location, you have your bug out community, having those same mindset, that prepper mindset, what we're doing, why we're doing it, and stuff like that, those are the things that are going to keep your community together. Underestimating what will keep your community together is stupid. You have to have shared values. You really, truly do. Just because you all live in the same town does not mean everybody's going to be on the same page. So you have to really think about that ahead of time and plan accordingly. Okay? And the last one that I'm going to talk about, guys, and this is probably, again, I have talked about this 101 times, and I've talked about what is the one thing that is going to be the most deadly thing, the one thing that's going to kill more people in S.H.T.F. than any other way, and that is drinking tainted water. Just because the water is clear and it smells okay does not mean that that water is okay. If you have a secure bottle of water and you screw the top off of it and you go, okay, that just came off and I can drink it, I know that that water's okay. If it's water that I purified myself and put into that plastic container, I know that that water is okay. Assuming that water is okay because it's clear, because it smells okay, that is not going to be a good thing. More people are going to die from dysentery in a S.H.T.F. event than any other way. They're going to drink tainted water because they're thirsty, they're dying of thirst. 3 days without water, folks, remember. And they're going to go, oh my God, I have to have water, so I'm going to do this. And they do it. And it ends up costing them their life. That's something that you need to think about. You need to plan for. Water purification, all those type of things are really going to be important that we need to think about in a true S.H.T.F. situation. So, some things to think about. I hope this helps. I hope this video helps. My biggest thing is I want you to think. Plan ahead, plan properly, and if you plan ahead, you plan properly, and you're ready, you're going to be in a better situation. Okay? So, let's not do these things. Let's be smart about it. Let's plan accordingly so that we can survive whatever is coming. Remember, folks, we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we figure that one out, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Also remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, whatever you're trying to do, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. Alright? Stay focused, make realistic plans, set about to making them happen, and you're going to be okay. I will talk to you all later. Prep and Nurse 1, out for now.